guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ngobile Shabana and this is Nuggets for Your Wallet, a place where we share pockets of tips and wisdom on personal finance. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that there is something that you are going to learn. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the importance of having an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a cash reserve or money saved aside for unforeseen expenses and financial emergencies. Those tend to happen when you least expect it. That is why it's very important for you to save and plan for those events, because if you do not plan for those events, you are more likely than not that you will end up having to take out a loan or using a credit card in order for you to fund those unforeseen financial events that need your attention. Those can include car repair, medical bills, a repair in your home, or if you lose your job. So those things might happen sooner than you think. That is why it's very important that you start now planning for those events. I have 5 nuggets for you to use as a guide in order for you to create your emergency fund. The first thing that you need to do is that you need to set a goal. How much do you actually need for your emergency fund? I know this can be a very difficult question to answer because you don't know what emergency you might have in the future. But as a guiding a rule and as a general principle, it is advised that you save 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. Say for example, your monthly expenses is 2,000 Rand, then your 3 months monthly expenses will be 60,000 Rand. So aim to save that amount of money. I know thinking about 60,000 Rand can be very daunting and you can actually be discouraged to actually save because you can think, oh, it will take you years in order for you to get into that, to get to that goal. What I would encourage is that don't be discouraged. Save as little as you have. If you can afford to save 500 Rand, 200 Rand a month, I will say start saving that amount of money. Before you know it, you would have 5,000 Rand. Before you know it, it will grow to 10,000 Rand, to 20,000 Rand, and eventually you will get to your goal. So as much as you have a goal in mind, don't be discouraged. Start saving as little as you can save. The second nugget I have for you is that you need to decide where you're actually going to save that money. It is not advised that you save that money into your current bank account where you basically transact. Set a different savings account where you would save this money for your emergencies. This can be a savings account. Different financial institutions offer different savings accounts and money markets accounts where you can actually earn interest. So I'll say shop around and see which bank or which financial institution can actually give you a savings account where you can earn a lot or a maximum or a high interest. That can be between 3 to 7% or even higher. So what I would advise is that shop around and see where you can actually get a good interest. So it's very important that you put your money in a separate savings account. In that way, you know that this money is specifically dedicated as your emergency fund. The next nugget that I have for you is that you need to make sure that in that account, it is easily accessible. So what I mean is that saving account, you need to be able to tap into those funds as and when you need it. You do not want to put your money in a 30-day account or a 7-day account because emergency, basically, as the word said, is an emergency, and you need to have access to those funds instantly and at that point in time. So do not put your money in a 30-day account or in a 7-day account, because those type of accounts you would tend to pay a penalty if you have to access those funds immediately, or if you access them before you put in that notice period. So you need to have easy access to that financial savings that you have put your money into. The fourth nugget that I have for you is that it is very important that you determine what you consider as an emergency. Not everything is an emergency. You need to determine what you determine as emergency. As I said, that can include a car repair, it can include a medical bill, it can include maybe a burst geyser, or if, for example, a family member has passed away and you need to assist the family with the funeral arrangement. With that being said, I will really advise that if you can take other insurances to ensure that you supplement this, it will assist you so that you do not tap into your emergency fund every time you have a car breakdown. So it's very important that you have other insurances like your car insurance, your medical aid insurance, and your funeral insurance, because those will assist you to cover the cost, and you can use your emergency fund to basically pay for stuff over and above those insurances. As an example, if your car breaks and you have a car insurance, you might still need to pay an excess, maybe an excess amount of 3,000 Rand or 5,000 Rand. Then your emergency fund must be used to pay for that, not to pay for the full car repair. So as much as you have an emergency fund, it's still important that you get your other insurances so that you cover any other unforeseen circumstances. Otherwise, the emergency fund that you will need will be very large in order to cover all the unforeseen circumstances. Also, as an advice, as I said, that another emergency can be a medical bills. So some medical aids maybe would say that they would cover maybe 80%, or they would cover a certain portion of your medical bill, and then you need to pay from your pocket the balance. As an advice, get a gap cover. A gap cover is another insurance scheme where basically it pays for anything that your medical aid does not cover, and in that way you do not have to always tap into your emergency savings. So as I said, determine what is an emergency to you. And also, with that being said, please do not fall in a trap where other people's emergencies become your emergency. So make sure that you be disciplined and you do not access your emergency fund unnecessarily. And the fifth and the last nugget that I have for you for your emergency fund is that automate the process. I know saving can be very difficult sometimes because you might use it for other things, but if you have put a stop order and you have put or given instruction to your bank to automatically maybe put aside 300 Rand into that savings account on a monthly basis, it basically offloads some weight off you, and it assists you to ensure that you stick to your goal of saving a certain amount each and every month. And in that way, you know that there is an emergency fund that is set aside, and money on a monthly basis get transferred into that emergency fund. So those are the 5 nuggets that I have for you that you can use as a guiding principle to create or to have an emergency fund. As I had said, it's very important for you to make sure that you plan for those unforeseen financial events and financial crises, so that you have that financial cushion. Because if you do not plan for it, you would end up going for debt, and once you take out debt, it might take you longer to pay for that debt than for you to actually take money from your emergency fund. I hope this helps, and I hope that you are encouraged to start now and to start saving now for your emergency fund. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please make sure that you leave it a big thumbs up, engage in the comment section, and please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You share it with your friends, and lastly, please tell your friends to tell their friends that Nuggets for Your Wallet is on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.